Taxpayers shouldn't have to have money taken out of their paychecks to pay people in government who are our servants, who are making a lot more money than we are. Those three things, making government simpler, smaller, and smarter, mean getting rid of programs, turning programs back to states, and finally making government itself more efficient. Now for me, this is not an impossible dream. It's something I've seen happen in other settings. I spent my life doing what you guys are doing. I spent my life in the private sector. I spent my time in business. And in business, by the way, there's no question about whether or not you're going to balance the budget. You have to balance your budget, or you go broke, and everyone loses their jobs, and everybody loses their investments if they're investors. If business didn't follow a balanced budget approach, why, there wouldn't be business in this country. And so I've learned something about business. By the way, you saw an example of how the government works compared with how business works. In the last few months, there was this business called Solyndra. You heard this, where the government started a solar energy company, put $535 million into a solar energy business. And perhaps you saw their facility. Did you hear about their factory? The factory that they built with all that government money, thank you very much, would cover 5 football fields. They had showers, spa-like showers, in the restrooms, where they had an LED display, liquid crystal display rather, that told you what the temperature was in the shower. The corporate headquarters was reportedly something that looked like the Taj Mahal. That's what happens when government's in charge. I had the fun of being involved in a startup of a business that was not government-backed. In this case, it's called Staples. We helped put the money in the first Staples store and helped get it started. Our corporate headquarters was in the back of an old food warehouse. We paid $2 a foot for the rent there, unlike the $25 or $30 a foot mostly paid by businesses. We had used furniture. The chairs were Naugahyde chairs. They were pretty soft springs. You had to be an athlete to get yourself out of those chairs. And every dollar we spent trying to convince people to buy our product and to make sure that they thought our product was the best in the country. That's what happens in the private sector. It's one of the differences between business and government. And it's something I'm going to bring to government. In fact, I did bring it to government. When I became governor of Massachusetts, I took the skills I'd learned in business and went to look at our state budget. We were about almost $3 billion out of balance, our budget was. And I not only reduced the rate of growth of spending, I cut spending. I actually cut spending dollars in Massachusetts. And we balanced our budget each of the 4 years I was governor, and went from a $3 billion budget gap in my first year to over $2 billion rainy day fund in the last year. The experience of balancing budgets is desperately needed in Washington, and I will take it there. I'm just going to mention one more thing, and then get the chance to say hi to all of you that have come and spent some time today. The experience I had a few weeks ago, I was invited to go to the United Kingdom and meet with some of the leaders over there, and it was a great experience. I got to meet the former Prime Minister and the current Prime Minister and the head of something called MI5 and MI6. Having watched James Bond, I didn't know which was which, but now I learned. And they all seemed so smart. Tony Blair was there, and David Cameron, and others I got to meet with. And one of them said this. He said, Mitt, if you're lucky enough to be elected President of the United States, as you go from world capital to world capital, there will inevitably be people that are critical of something America has done. And he said, but don't ever forget this. What we all fear the most is a weak America. American strength is the best ally peace has ever known. The world needs a strong America. Our families need a strong America. The future needs a strong America. Liberty demands a strong America. This is a critical time for us. I don't want to wake up a year from now and turn on my TV and have it say, President Obama re-elected, because I know what that means. It means a weaker America. I want to see a new president that'll take America in a great tradition and a new tradition, one that makes America the best place in the world to be middle class again, and I will be that president. Thank you so much. Great to be with you.